boiling down to the manager.
Oh, definitely.
Ange Postecoglu.
I mean, what a breath of fresh air.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, you were saying something, right?
Yeah.
Regarding.
I was just saying, before this, that I was watching his interview, the way he opened up about mental health, the way he talked about Richarlison, the way he just addresses everything. Such a humble man, such a casual man. I mean.
442 Dudes.
Welcome back to another episode of 442 Dudes. I'm telling you, in today's episode, it's gonna feel like Korean drama. 안녕하세요. Because there's a lot of drama going on, and we're gonna show you the drama in our first segment of what we call
90 minutes
of. We'll see you. Don't forget to subscribe. Slap that button. Pa, pa, pa. See you. And this segment is what we call the 90 minutes of. And this is a part where we tell you about our match reviews, analysis, and again, we're going to analyze the Korean drama. Not really, more like drama in the world of football. Starting with late dramas. What about it, John?
I don't know, but I just feel that you are feeling a little bit high today.
I think so too.
I don't know, is it because of the late drama?
Yeah.
So, talking about, speaking of dramas, right? I think you quite rightly mentioned that the Premier League is full of drama,
exactly,
right?
like
full of controversies, full of exciting plays, full of late goals. And you can see on the screen right now, there were a total of 8 goals. I think I counted 8.
Okay.
On the Premier League came up with this picture. I think there were 6 goals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But they forgot to mention Liverpool's 2 late goals. So I think there were at least 8 late goals that took place over this week. And the funny thing is, I believe that 3 of those teams that scored the late goals turned out to be the eventual winners of the game.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And I think this is the beauty of the English Premier League.
Oh, it is.
This is why they are the number 1 league in the world, because there's full of drama, there's full of anticipation. You are waiting for some controversy to take place, even though we hate it and we just complain about it. But I think
we love it.
But I think that's what makes the whole Premier League so appealing to everybody around the whole world, isn't it? Now, I just want to focus on one player and one player only. For this late drama, because he's definitely in the picture.
Okay.
So the player I'm going to focus on is actually the guy in the middle there wearing white color, and his name is Richarlison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, what a week he has been for Richarlison. So you saw him crying, crying on the Brazilian bench for missing a sitter in the World Cup qualifier. Coming back into the Spurs in the Premier League, and he has to then try to put that out of his mind, focus on the game, and that's exactly what he did. Now, so we actually came up. We don't today. We do not have the board to show the tactics and all, but we do have some still images.
Yeah, we do.
Because I just want to highlight one crucial point.
Okay.
The turning point, in my opinion,
that led
to the winner, the Kulusevski's winner.
Okay.
So if you look at the screen right now, this is the moment in the 90. Because look at the top left, there's a 99th minute.
Yep.
All right, 99th minute where Sheffield United was actually trying to start a counter attack.
Okay.
But Udongi actually intercepted the pass over here. And if you look at the right on the screen, Richarlison actually saw that, and he was rushing to help Udongi. He wasn't just standing still waiting for something to happen. He was rushing there. He was making things happen.
Oh, damn.
All right, and in the next scene that you see, what he did over here, this is the crucial moment. I've highlighted that and I circled it. This is the moment that I felt Richarlison allowed Spurs to go and score the winner.
Wow.
Because after intercepting the pass, Udongi had to run into the space, but the Sheffield United defender was trying to retrieve the ball back. Now, what Richarlison did here was to block off the path from the defender of trying to retrieving the ball back. If Richarlison didn't do that, the defender can do one of 2 things. Number 1, tackle the ball, and then Sheffield United would then continue the counter attack. Or number 2, he will force Højbjerg back into the Spurs half, and then they have to restart everything. And in a kind of minute, there's not much time left. So Richarlison's role here was so crucial that I felt led to the goal, and this is why. So because he blocked off, Højbjerg could then retrieve the ball, and Richarlison didn't just stop there. He actually immediately ran into space to open up the defense. And you can see him here, he's trying to receive the ball, and in front of him there's acres of space.
Right.
He actually managed to draw the defenders towards him and thus opening up the space. And he used it brilliantly. As you can see in the next screen again, Two more defenders came out to meet Richarlison trying to tackle the ball, and that left some space for Kulusevski. He laid it on a plate, laid it on a red carpet, silver platter, whatever, however you want to describe it, he did it for Kulusevski, who went on to score a brilliant, brilliant finish.
And boom.
And there was a 90th plus 10. If you look at the screen, 99 and 53 seconds. So from the first moment where Udongi tackled, that was
like
99, 44.
Yeah, 44, about 44.
In just 10 seconds.
Yep. That split-second decision that he made.
And this is why I felt this is Richarlison's week.
Right.
For all the shit that he has been through, this is Richarlison's moment. And if you look further in the highlights, and I think you can see it along in all the different articles. Spurs, after the game, they actually went to celebrate the fans and all.
Course.
And then Son actually pushed Richarlison to the front and started pointing at him and say, hey, this is the guy that got us the victory. This is the guy that led us to a victory in the last minute of the game.
I mean, what a captain's move. What a captain's move.
Exactly. And I felt that this all could happen really largely boiling down to the manager.
Oh, definitely.
Ange Postecoglu.
I mean, what a breath of fresh air.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, you were saying something, right? Regarding...
I was just saying, before this, that I was watching his interview, the way he opened up about mental health, the way he talked about Richarlison, the way he just addresses everything. Such a humble man, such a casual man. I mean, there are some managers that people hate, but this one definitely not.
Oh, definitely
not. So we got to give it to him for that.
That's why. I mean, we all love some certain rival players, right? We support them. For example, I support Son Heung-min. But now, not just players, I'm beginning to think that, hey, maybe I'm beginning to have a soft spot for both Ange and Son. I don't support Spurs by anyway. I'll never ever support them. But when they do well, I feel good for them. I feel happy for them.
Yeah, they do.
It's very rare. It's almost the same as I feel happy when Wrexham wins.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that kind of feeling.
Football thing,
It's a football thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Thing.
So really kudos to Ange for turning around the circus. Sorry, I'm just using this word again. Circus. I'll use the word to describe another club later.
Later. Okay, sure.
But yeah, he's brilliant. I think Spurs have probably found the right formula in the manager.
I hope so too for them.
And the captain.
I hope so for them.
And the captain as well.
And speaking of right formula, and we talk about dramas. Now in dramas, Korean dramas especially, because I watch a lot, moving by the way, there is sometimes the side characters that we don't notice, in the field or in the play. And in this case, we don't really notice goalkeepers. We notice them when, the opponent's coming to the play area and trying to score a goal. But in this instance, there is a particular goalkeeper. Okay, in the 94th minute, he scored the goal. On top of that, apparently he wears the jersey number 94. And on top of that, apparently he was born in 1994. And this guy, Ivan Provedel, scored the goal for Lazio against Atletico Madrid. Now the funny thing is, after he scored, he didn't run across the field. He just stood there. Everybody came towards him. And his face is so stoic, he didn't move.
Like Bellingham, right?
Yeah,
Like a Cantona,
Yeah. But the funny thing is, Cantona and Bellingham, they were on the field trying to score goals. This guy's supposed to prevent the goals, but he scored a goal. So, I mean, great job to Lazio. I mean, who would have thought the equalizer come in such a last minute? And so well done.
Some fun facts over here. I think, if I'm not wrong, this is not his first competitive goal.
Oh, shoot.
He has actually scored another goal for his previous club, I think, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
I mean, you guys can go and find out. But he's not this is not his first goal. And now, speaking of goal-scoring goalkeepers, there are two goalkeepers that come to mind who I know have probably scored more than 100 career goals.
Oh, dear.
Because they are set-piece takers themselves. So they take the free kicks, they take the penalties.
Okay.
And they're both retired. Probably not in your era. You've probably never seen them. But Jose Luis Chilavert from Paraguay.
Okay.
As well as Rogério Ceni. So these two goalkeepers, one left-footer, one right-footer, actually scored more than 100 goals, competitive goals in their career. And they're goalkeepers. So yeah, goal scoring keepers. And the more recent times before him, I think the previous goalkeeper that scored was Alisson. I think against
anyway, now I don't know why we had to pull in the Alisson bit. But now let's move on to another one. And the other one is, it was a club that finally got back to the Champions League and up against, somewhat of a strong club, AC Milan, and they are Newcastle. So Newcastle did not very well, but I think because of this guy.
At the start of the season, we mentioned that Newcastle is not going to carry on the form that they did last season because of whatever changes they have, and they'll be overwhelmed by the expectations and also the game workload from the Champions League and all, and the pressure. And it clearly showed in the last few games. They lost 3 on the trot, if I'm not wrong, and now they drew against Milan. But they would not have drawn if not for Nick Pope. Nick Pope was the one that kept them in the game, and he basically earned them a point. A very crucial Champions League point. And without Nick Pope, I think Nick Pope is he's someone that I feel is very much underrated.
Right.
And I feel that he should be given more opportunities to show his worth in the England lineup. So now Ramsdale is getting his chance in the international four. But for some reason, he's losing his grip on the position in Arsenal. So is it time for Nick Pope to come up? I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So in any case, we're going to figure out, Nick Pope, we hope you do well more, and we hope that you would do well for Newcastle, even though I don't really support Newcastle, but still, we hope you do well. The next one, now he's kind of the opposite of doing well. He's been in a lot of in the limelight for the wrong reason. And whether it's good or bad, I don't know. But I recently watched his interview, and I have to give some props to him.
Now, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Manchester United's very own Onana.
I'm sorry, yes, correct.
Anyway, how can you spoil such a lovely song? But in any case, so Onana, he came out in an interview very recently. He took. I can't say took credit, but he took the blame for the goals he has somewhat considered early against Bayern Munich. And I thought that was brave. I think not a lot of people or players will do that, let alone a goalkeeper. So I have to give him applause for the bravery for coming up to admitting that he had some huge play in that. But do you think, as a Man United player or another sort of just a spectator, do you think that he should be the scapegoat for United's trouble? Well, I kind of think he should be for now. I mean, if you...
Well, why do you think that he should be the scapegoat?
Well, okay, again, I don't think he should be called the scapegoat. Well, I think he should be blamed for some, not all, but for some of the goals that were easily considered so far for all of the different games he had played so far. Okay, including the recent one with Bayern Munich. So, yeah, you should be partially blamed, but not scapegoat, but blamed for it. So
yeah, I agree that he should be blamed, especially for the first goal. That should not have been a goal in the first place. But to pin everything on him, I think it's a bit ridiculous. It's a typical media, right? Especially the English media they're trying to find a scapegoat, they're trying to find one person.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you ask me, I think the blame should be pointed at the manager, Erik ten Hag, for his team selection, for his whatever he's trying to do behind the scenes to screw up the club. I have no idea what he's trying to do, but I think the defenders have to also take responsibility. Right, on the pitch, everyone has a responsibility. Everyone has a role to play. If you don't play a role, the other players they'll be affected in a sense, right? So where were the defenders?
Missing.
Where were the defenders?
Missing.
Exactly. And who's coaching them? Erik ten Hag.
Okay, so let's see whether you agree. If you are from the Old Trafford side of things, if you agree with our dear friend here, that the manager's at fault, then let us know. You can just always drop us a comment, and don't forget also we are on YouTube, Instagram. Just drop us a comment if you agree, or do you think just like me? I think in this particular one, I think Onana, he should ramp up the game, because at the end of the day, he should communicate more with the defenders.
No, which reminds me.
Okay.
A friend of Manchester United fan mentioned, right? That we do not need another Bartes. Right. What we really need is a true custodian in goal.
I have to just put this comparison here.
What?
Now, if memory serves me right, Bartes is bald, right?
Yes.
So then Erik ten Hag is bald, right?
So what's your point?
Manchester United shouldn't have all the bald players, lah. Okay, never mind. It's just
Whoa, let's not go there. Let's not go into such a sensitive topic.
No, just trying to say.
Well, anyway, so that's the end of our segment of 90 minutes off. We'll be moving on to the next one called What's What with Who's Who.
See you, subscribe. And welcome to this bit of what we call What's What with Who. And so in this part, we concentrate on the interesting happenings in the world of football. I'm not so keen on the first one, but we have to put it out there. Still, I try to be as neutral as I can. We have a news article, or rather a screenshot of Trevor Shabola's personal trainer exposing the circus that's in Chelsea.
Oh my God, you finally admitted it.
I didn't admit it, I'm just saying
exposing the circus that is Chelsea. Headline, guys. Exposing the circus that is Chelsea.
But I still
nice.
Keep the blue flag flying high. Anyway.
So what's with this personal trainer?
Again, I think this personal trainer I think he just talked about, and we have a screenshot there. Mainly, he's talking about the conditioning of our players. Mainly, of course, he's saying things like, for example, most of the injuries are because the players have been loading muscle time and time again without lengthening them simultaneously. He also went on to say, hardly any of them do reformer, Pilates, or terrain work. And and he ends off the message, it's an absolute mess at the moment, bro. So he sorry, I just had to do that. So he clearly just saying that in terms of activity wise, conditioning wise, it's a shithole in the Chelsea's camp. Do I agree with it? I don't know what's going on in there, but at the rate that we're losing our players due to injury, it kind of does seem it's alluding that way, unfortunately. I don't want to say I know because I'm not in the Chelsea camp, because I'm not there, but I hope that's not the case. But if it is, fuck me.
It's quite embarrassing, isn't it? I think it's embarrassing that someone, a professional, can come up to say, hey, you guys are not doing it right. When Chelsea, you guys are yourselves a professional. And I don't know what's really going on behind the scenes, and you were rightly pointed out, the circles that is Chelsea. What is going on in these circles? What is actually going on behind the scenes, to the point where even the manager doesn't know who the players are?
Yeah, totally.
Whether, maybe all they're wearing dreadlocks and they all look alike, kind of stuff.
Never like Todd Bowley.
No, but Todd Bowley.
Anyway.
You really think it's Bowley's fault?
Well, I like to think so. Yeah.
Why? Because he's too involved.
You're good businessman, but
right, because he's too involved in the team and all whatnot.
Yeah, maybe. Again, we're not there, but anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think this guy is wrong in saying what he said, because
no, definitely
the truth of the matter is the results are not happening on the pitch, and something's happening behind the scenes off the pitch that is not right. And is this really the true answer? Well, only time will tell.
Time will tell. Definitely.
Whether the players will expose anything further, I think that remains to be seen. But after what's happening with Sancho and whatnot, they might just want to just shut up. You know what I mean?
Exactly so.
Yeah. So I don't know what you guys think. Maybe you guys have some kind of insights into what's happening at Chelsea. Yeah. Do let us know.
If you're insider from Chelsea, let us know. Got free jersey, please send.
Signed jersey.
I love Chelsea. But okay, so the next one, I mean, a lot of problems recently in the world of football, and another one. We got someone hacking bottom, faking up the FA's Rs. I mean, he just came out after the game, and we were just talking about that game earlier on, Spurs and Sheffield United, and this guy's managing Sheffield United. He's just coming in, and apparently the headline is, the officiating is appalling. Basically, if he could say shit, he would have said shit.
He would have.
Yeah, he would have.
But he'd be fine and whatever not. Yeah. No, but so he has a very long statement that he mentioned, but I just want to highlight one sentence that he said. Okay. And this is the sentence. When I speak to the referees, they haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. So I'm going to say that again. When I speak to the referees, they haven't got a clue what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I think this is essentially the main issue with the referees in England. I'm not talking about other countries, right? Because they're probably of a higher standard. But in England, we have gone on the past so many years, talking about the VAR controversies, the inconsistency in the officiating, and I think it's come to a point where people are saying enough is enough.
Yeah.
The players are coming out to say enough is enough. Now managers are on the bandwagon saying that enough is enough. So what's really happening going on in the training of the referees? The referees of the past were very, very strict. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. They're not afraid to do anything. But now it seems like they are afraid they're afraid of making mistakes. And when they're being questioned, they don't know how to reply. And I think this is exactly what's happening.
That's what's happening then.
Correct. So previously we mentioned about how the Premier League imports a lot of foreign players into the league, right? So where it makes the Premier League one of the best leagues, in fact, the best league in the world for all the marketing and whatnot. It is really, we spoke about it right at the start of today's episode.
Yeah.
All the dramas and all the skills and all the appeal. So rather than bring in referees, I think I mentioned that we can bring referees from other leagues to come in, right? So
you're suggesting?
Correct. So now what I want to suggest is for players who have retired, to consider being referees themselves.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, right now the pathway for a player who is retired is number one, go into coaching, or number two, go into the world of punditry,
or number three, become Michael Richards.
But being a pundit is too easy, isn't it? Where you just sit in the nice air-conditioned studio in your suit, just watching TV and then just mouthing off whatever you want to mouth off. So I would rather they basically
Be back on the field.
be back on the field. I mean, they have been athletes their whole life.
Yeah.
I'm sure they are used to the discipline of training every day,
Okay.
keeping themselves fit.
Yeah,
And a lot of these retired players, their bellies are like bigger than their most
Then the
people's-
ball.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
So why not get them back on the pitch? Why? Because they were former players. They will understand the psyche behind a player's intent of making either a pass, a tackle, or a shot.
Right.
And they will know why the players are doing it, rather than managers or players having to explain to referees on the pitch
Okay.
of why I do this. That's not a foul. I went for the ball, and it's right. This is why. These are things that happen. It's a natural process. So the referees sometimes don't understand. I think case in point, Paul Tierney as well, right? David Coote as well. I mean, there are a lot of incidences where I think Hacking Bottom is right.
Hacking bottom.
Where the referees actually don't really fully
Clueless,
understand
okay.
what the managers are talking about. So here's my challenge to those players.
Oh, what is it?
Really, be a referee.
Oh,
Be a referee. Stop staying in the punditry studio and then just criticizing and commenting about referees. Be the referee yourself. You either afraid of being the manager. Well, I think referee has slightly less pressure, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you probably have how do I put this? You'll probably understand that you'll probably make the game better. If you want to improve the game, I think this is one of the one of the ways you can improve the game.
Okay.
And because of you guys, who you guys are,
Yep.
when you come out on after the game to explain decisions, I think it'll be easier for fans to understand why certain decisions are made.
okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Certain
Okay.
decisions are made.
So if you do agree with John that former players should become referees
Yep.
instead of just sitting in the studio to be pundits and yakking away, let us know. Or do you stand on the other side where you still think that players should be pundits and referees should still be as neutral as they can without sort of belonging to a club formally? Okay, so let us know if you feel that way. Okay, are you team referee should be former players, or you team referee should not be former players? Then let us know, because that's going to be quite interesting. I cannot
Yep.
imagine a former player to be on the field. I'm trying to imagine. It's going to be quite havoc.
I think it'll be brilliant. I think it'll be brilliant for the game.
How is it?
I really do. Excuse me.
Okay, so he really does believe it, and he's burping his opinion right in front of everybody by saying he does believe that former players should become referees.
All right, so that's the end of today's episode.
Exactly.
Guys, if you let him continue, it's going to go on and on and on and on.
like Korean
Yes.
drama. So yes, that is the What's What with
Who's
Who's
Who.
And we are the 442. Do you... Hey, hello.
Carry on.
Salah lah. We are the 442 dudes, brought to you by CCBTV. If you skip to this part of the segment, don't forget to remember we are from Tampines. That's in Singapore. So don't forget to like that subscribe button. Just smack it like that. Woo, smack that all on the floor.
Cut.
And yeah, we'll see you.
And cut.
Suddenly, producer now. Huh?